Yes, you can have a tea party in Fire Emblem Three Houses, and you might be asking yourself if it's worth going through the effort for such a small side activity. Well, the answer to that is yes, because in the long run, having a nice friendly tea party with some of the students and characters will actually help you grow closer to them. Now that you know that, you might be asking how in the world do you even get started with having a lovely tea party? Well, it's actually relatively easy, so sit tight as we give you the how-tos of getting your tea party going.
You have my thanks for giving me your spare time.
First things first, you need to unlock the tea party activity. Unfortunately, this isn't available straight away, so you'll have to wait around until the second full month of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Once the Blue Sea Moon month hits though, this is your opportunity to head to the monastery to get your tea parties going. It's at this point that you'll notice a quest marker for Ferdinand has now popped up over in the stable. Once you approach and talk to him, he'll ask you to go out and find someone who absolutely adores tea so that you can give them the fancy teapot that he's just gifted to you. All you gotta do here is bring up your map by pressing R and you'll quickly find which character to give the tea set to. This can vary depending on what house you've decided to ally yourself with, so there's no one character that this always is. After you've delivered the tea set to the character as a gift, you'll have then completed the quest for Ferdinand and will have unlocked tea time as an activity to do around the monastery. So now it's time to actually get the tea parties going. When wandering around the monastery in your free time and interacting with some of the students, you'll see the option Invite to Tea pop up. Usually if the character is free and not busy with anything else, then they'd be more than happy to join you for a spot of tea. It is just as easy as that to get your tea party going. Once they accept, you'll be placed in a one-on-one scenario with them where you'll be tasked with presenting them with a blend of tea depending on what tea leaves you currently have on you from your general playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you're worried about the character absolutely hating your tea and throwing it in your face, well, don't, because every character in the game politely accepts any tea that you brew for them. It's all about lovely manners to have a lovely tea party. The only thing to remember is that with better quality tea leaves, you end up having better conversations. After you've both sat down with a nice brew of tea that you've cooked up, you'll then be presented with 3 topics of conversation to get things rolling. This happens 3 times in total and you'll need to pick one before the timer runs out in the top right corner. The choices you make are mostly dependent on what you think best suits the character that you're having tea with. So say you're sitting down with Raphael from the Golden Deer House. This big fella will be pretty keen to talk about weightlifting and training as opposed to some other topics such as the opera. Now we come to the end of the tea party sesh, and just like Uber, you'll be given a rating for your performance. If you get nice tea time or perfect tea time, then you've pretty much nailed it in increasing your support level with the character. But on top of that, because they've had such a grand time, their motivation levels will also have risen. There's no better compliment than knowing you've inspired someone to have a good day. If you get a rating other than these though, then unfortunately you might have bungled it up a little, so you won't get any results for them. Having a successful tea party not only helps increase your support level with characters, but also helps out when it comes to wanting to recruit certain students to join your house and even potentially have a nice romantic life with them later in the game. But that's basically how you can unlock and set up a tea party with the students in Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now go out there and have yourself a joyful conversation with a nice fresh brew of tea.